This module examines cinematography not simply as the technical act of filming, but as a highly expressive artistic language. In the world of film criticism, cinematography is often referred to as the visual soul of cinema, the fundamental method through which emotion, narrative, symbolism, ideology, and psychological tone are communicated. We will investigate how the camera becomes a narrative agent, shaping the audience's perception and experience of a film. Cinematography is far more than capturing images. It involves intentional decisions about composition, movement, lighting, color, depth, perspective, lens choice, framing, and spatial relationships. When evaluated critically, these elements collectively build a visual rhetoric, a persuasive and poetic means of storytelling. This module trains you to see beyond the frame to interpret what is suggested but not said, what is implied through shadow, motion, silence, texture, and visual rhythm. It offers a sophisticated vocabulary for dissecting how the camera constructs meaning in collaboration with direction, performance, production design, and editing. Furthermore, you will explore the evolution of visual style across time, national cinemas, and auteur signatures from German Expressionism to Italian neorealism, from Hollywood classicism to digital cinematic realism. Key cinematographers and directors will be studied to understand how individual artistic vision translates into aesthetic choices that are legible, expressive, and even political. Learning objectives. By the end of this module, you will be able to A. Define and critique the key components of cinematography and visual style. B. Interpret the emotional and symbolic impact of specific camera techniques. C. Analyze the relationship between visual form and thematic content. D. Compare and contrast different cinematography styles across eras and cultures. E. Identify the authorship of cinematographers and distinguish their aesthetic signatures. Understand how framing, movement, and light influence viewer interpretation. G. Apply visual analysis in written and oral film criticism. Major topics covered. 1. The language of the camera. A. Camera angles, high, low, eye level, Dutch tilt, over the shoulder. B. Shot types, extreme wide, long shot, medium, close-up, extreme close-up. C. Camera movements, pan, tilt, track, dolly, crane, handheld, steadicam, drone. D. Framing and spatial composition. E. Rule of thirds, symmetry, negative space. F. Subjective versus objective point of view, shots. 2. Lighting and tone. A. Types of lighting, high key, low key, 3-point, naturalistic, expressionist. B. Chiaroscuro and light shadow contrast, circa color temperature and mood. D. The psychological use of shadows and highlights. E. Visual metaphors through lighting. 3. Color theory in cinematography. A. Saturation, hue, contrast, and palettes. B. Symbolic associations of color, red, passion and danger, blue, melancholy, green, envy and nature. C. Color grading and digital color correction. D. Monochrome and desaturated palettes. E. Color as narrative or character device. 4. Lenses, depth, and focus. A. Wide angle, telephoto, prime, and zoom lenses. B. Depth of field, shallow versus deep sea, rack focus and selective focus. D. Bokeh and visual softness. A. The psychological effect of lens distortion and compression. 5. Visual style across film movements. A. German Expressionism, exaggeration, distortion, light play. B. Italian neorealism, natural lighting, non-professional actors, circa French New Wave, jump cuts, handheld cameras. D. American film noir, shadow, Venetian blinds, off-kilter angles. E. New Hollywood cinematography, naturalism plus stylization. F. Contemporary digital realism and hyper-stylization. 6. Cinematographer as auteur, study of major DPs, directors of photography. A. Roger Deakins, 1917, Blade Runner 2049, born. Emmanuel Lubezki, The Revenant, Birdman, circa Gordon Willis, The Godfather, died. Christopher Doyle, In the Mood for Love. E. Rachel Morrison, Mudbound. F. Visual signatures and aesthetic philosophies. G. Collaboration between director and cinematographer, case study, films for visual analysis. A. Blade Runner 2049, Deakins' use of composition, light, and shadow. B. The Revenant, Lubezki's natural lighting and long takes, Circa In the Mood for Love, Doyle's saturated color and visual texture. D. Schindler's List, black and white with selective color. E. Moonlight, color psychology and intimacy through light. F. Citizen Kane, deep focus and symbolic framing. G. The Grand Budapest Hotel, symmetry, palette, stylization, key readings and viewings. A. David Bordwell, narration in the fiction film. B. Barry Salt, the aesthetic evolution of motion picture editing, circa Joseph V. Michelli, the 5 C's of cinematography. D. Kristen Thompson and David Bordwell, film art, an introduction, chapters on cinematography. E. Visions of Light, 1992, documentary on cinematography assignments. A. Scene breakdown, analyze 2 minutes of cinematography from a chosen film, discussing framing, lighting, and camera movement. B. Visual essay presentation, compare 2 cinematographers' styles and how they influence viewer psychology. C. Color storyboard, project, recreate a film scene using photography to replicate its color and lighting design. D. Framing challenge, shoot stills or a short video recreating cinematic compositions using phones or cameras. E. Critique paper, the camera as a storyteller, how visual style shaped meaning in chosen film.